Hello and welcome to Inside Indiana Business. I'm Gerry Dick. The state of Indiana taking big strides this week in strengthening itself as a place for businesses around the globe to set up shop. It is a calculated high-stakes investment aimed at positioning Indiana as a hub for global innovation by tapping into one of the world's most powerful tech ecosystems. Iron Nation Indiana, a $60 million public-private partnership that aims to bring innovation and cutting-edge companies from Israel to the Hoosier State, potentially reshaping the state's tech economy and global reach. There are currently at least 9 Israeli companies doing business in Indiana, from precision ag company Taranis in Westfield to Doral Renewables, developing one of the nation's largest solar projects in Northwest Indiana. But Iron Nation Indiana is looking to grow that number in a big way and make Indiana a landing zone for innovation from one of the world's startup hotspots. Jason Wolf is a co-founder of Iron Nation, an investment and commercialization initiative born out of tragedy.
Iron Nation started as an emergency initiative following October 7th. Of course, logically, funding stopped coming immediately after the war started, so we set up Iron Nation as a pro bono volunteer activity to bring startups that were about to be at risk because of the war, to fund them and support them and grow them. And we ended up doing 24 startups, raised $20 million from individuals who wanted to invest and saw a return in these startups. And we made those startups successful.
It is estimated there are some 9,000 tech startups in Israel. More than half of the nation's exports are high-tech related. The goal of Iron Nation Indiana is simple: bring Israeli innovators and innovation to the Hoosier State.
But if you're an Israeli innovator doing advanced technologies, things in defense and in medicine and in agriculture and energy, you now will see the signal that's anchored by the state with the local partners that we've built, and you'll say, wow, I need to have a part of this and bring myself to scale in Indiana.
The $60 million initiative will be anchored by a $15 million performance-based investment by the state of Indiana. Governor Mike Braun was pitched on the idea a little more than a year ago.
Generally, it doesn't work that quickly, but I was impressed then and told him, hey, we're going to work with you because, I've talked about a quantum corridor from the region to Lafayette to Indy to Bloomington to Crane. And now Crane with like drones and technology, they're one of the top 2 or 3 military bases in the country.
When you move to Silicon Valley, you don't need to think about, is it a good community for high tech? You think about it. We want those advanced technologies to come here, build here, and grow from here.
Luke Messer serves as the Indiana partner for Our Nation Indiana. And Luke, former Indiana congressman as well. It's always great to see you. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, Gary, great to be here.
Okay, walk us through $60 million fund. The goal, as I understand it, to create basically a pipeline of innovation of companies from Israel to Indiana. How does it work in practice?
Well, as I was saying to you before we came on, I really applaud the Braun administration for both their courage of standing in the wake at this unique moment where we, of course, know there's war with Israel and Iran, but also the wisdom to see that for all that we've brought here from an Indiana tech ecosystem, that we built this great race car, you need to have a great race engine. And as your segment showed, Israel is one of the leading in the world. It's a $60 million total fund, anchored by a $15 million state investment, but it's driven by the private sector. A lot's been made of that investment, but I think it's important to remember $30 million plus in the Israeli entrepreneur money is coming here because they see the opportunity in our state.
When you look at opportunities here, specific industries, the few Israeli companies now are in a diverse set of industries. Defense down in southern Indiana near Crane, solar in northwest Indiana. Are there specific sectors of the economy targeted here in Indiana?
I think that'll be the big focus of opportunity. The One Health industries like animal health, human health, and plant health. We have these amazing companies, Eli Lilly, Elanco, Cook, Corteva, and others, great universities like Purdue and NIU. And I think every one of these Israeli tech companies, they have to come to market in Indiana. And when they've come and visited, what they see is this, incredibly collegial atmosphere where folks are welcoming to them, but have all the assets they need to succeed and be profitable.
Has the welcome mat in Indiana been put up? Because they could have put this idea in other places, I assume. Why Indiana?
Well, look, we've gone to some other states, and look, we hope over time that we get a chance to go some other states. One of the partners, Jason, who you just heard in your interview, he spent a lot of his career in Silicon Valley. And when they first came here almost a year ago, after several of these meetings, he said, this reminds me of Silicon Valley 30 years ago, where people liked each other, where they were all working together to solve those kind of problems. Make no mistake about it, we're excited by the state and their leadership, but the reason these entrepreneurs are coming to Indiana is because they believe it's an unfair advantage, that when these businesses come to market in our state, they're going to be more successful, they're going to be more profitable. That's great for Israel, but most importantly, sitting here in Indiana, it's great for Indiana.
Luke Messer, Iron Nation, Indiana. Great to see you. Thanks for joining us. I'm sure we'll be doing more on this in the future.
Absolutely, yeah.
All right.